Their defiance is bewildering. They've been shot at, perhaps even bombed. Hundreds may have died. And yet here, in the heart of Tripoli, they're still ready to take to the streets. What they want is a new government and the chance to earn a decent living. But Colonel Gaddafi seems ready for a fight, to the death if necessary. Today he appeared in the ruins of his old barracks, bombed by America in the 80s, a symbolic site for a speech as long as it was defiant.
I cannot leave the honourable soil of my country. I will die a martyr at the end. As from tomorrow, security should be established through the police and the army. Police and the police should impose security. All roadblocks should be removed tomorrow. Chase them everywhere.
An hour and a quarter later, with darkness falling, he finished as defiant as he's always been. A stage-managed performance unlikely to convince many outside a loyal few. It's impossible to know how many still support the government. Certainly, they've managed a daily appearance in the state media. But the picture emerging is of a government facing more resistance than it's ever known. The so-called People's Hall, home to what passes for Parliament, attacked and burnt. The symbolism of what's happened here is striking. Details of what's happening are hard to come by, but videos and reports from residents suggest a heavy military presence in the capital, with some suburbs virtually closed off, and horrific stories of callous violence.
I'm a medical doctor and I'm working in a hospital and see a lot of people dying in front of me. They enforce us to treat the regime or militia rather than our people. And there's a lot of dead people, and it was a massacre, especially yesterday and day before.
The defections, the deaths and the unrest seem only to have spurred the protests on. And it's unclear that Gaddafi's order for the army and police to take control tomorrow will even be heeded. Information about what's happening in the country is coming from those fleeing through border crossings like this one here, and a few brave souls trapped inside. And the picture they paint is pretty grim. Tonight there's a curfew, which means no one can come through this crossing, and they're essentially trapped inside their own country, whose leader has now made it pretty clear that he'd rather kill his own people than give them the freedom they crave. Ian Pannell, BBC News, at the Tunisia-Libya border.